August 12th, back on the trail. Whether I like it or not, I still don't really feel good, but I gotta get going. Just a tiny little road walk here, and then I'm back in the woods. Gonna try for 17 miles today, and hopefully it won't be as hard as the last several days, but I guess I'll find out. Going over the Androscoggin River. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. We've got a little dam going here. Just a little bit more road walking. I think I got about a mile of road walking this morning. That's kind of a treat. This is kind of cool. These trees are just growing right on the rocks, which I guess they always do. You just normally don't see it this obvious. Like they've made themselves a little patch of dirt, and they're just, roots are running through the cracks of the rocks. Well, I'm feeling good. I just made it up to the top of my biggest climb of the day already, and it actually wasn't that bad. So today might actually not suck. I might actually feel good at the end of the day. We'll have to see. I feel good right now. $1,900 mile mark. Only 300 more to go now. One last view of the White Mountains. Goodbye. And then down there is Gorham. Probably the last time I'll see that, since I'm going over the mountain. And I gotta say, it's nice to be below the cloud line, so I'm actually dry today. Hopefully that'll last. I think I'm as high up as I'm gonna get today. It's a nice cool day too. The next 4 or 5 days are gonna be in the 60s. So it's perfect hiking weather. Made it to the top of Mount Success. And it is cold up here. Just walking along this cool rock formation. This little notch that the trail runs through. Oh, look at that. Now they give me stairs. Haven't had stairs all day. Having to go up these rock faces with nothing. But now I get some stairs. I've got less than a mile to go to camp, and I will have done 17 miles today. And I was really hurting bad, but I ibuprofened my way out of it. And now I just feel, I just want to get there and lay down. Oh, I see. What's this sign say? Oh, look at that. I am now in Maine. Woo! Only 282 miles to go. That won't be long. Less than 3 weeks, I will be there. August 13th. And it's like 6:45 in the morning. I'm leaving camp. And seems a lot warmer this morning. Last night I had to put my coat on, my hat on. I mean, I was cold. It was kind of windy. So it's in the 50s. I mean, it's not warm, but I'm not wearing a coat right now. I'm gonna be sweating here in 15 minutes anyway, climbing up the next mountain. But I was cold last night. So today I get the honor of doing the hardest mile on the AT. It's a boulder field where you're supposed to climb over and under and around all these giant boulders. Yeah, somebody was having fun when they designed that section of trail. So people have been saying it's been taking them 2 or 3 hours to go that 1 mile. We'll see how long it takes me. Hopefully not that long. And then after that, I've got some of the usual 2 or 3 big climbs. So we'll see how far I get today. Here's your morning view of the day. And of course, right there, that's where I'm heading. The worst possible place. Looks like fun. I'm gonna get there. Oh man, climbing is tough today. At least they gave me some ladder rungs for these almost vertical sections. Usually I have to try to climb up there by myself, just grabbing the cracks in the rocks. So I guess this is an upgrade. A ladder, wooden ladder, homemade. But now I'm just back to the solid rock. Looks like I'm almost at the top though. This is pretty much what I expected Maine to look like. Lots of pine trees, mountains of course, but lots of mud. I've already stepped in the mud a couple times. Still working my way up to the hardest mile, Mahoosuc Notch, Mahoosuc Ridge. Should be another hour or two before I get there. Okay, I'm entering the 1 mile of Mahoosuc Notch. Supposedly the hardest mile on the AT, so we'll see. Doesn't look bad yet. And it's 11:09, so we'll see how long this takes me. I found the boulder field. Okay, so now I just have to maneuver my way up, around, sometimes under these boulders for the next mile. 10 minutes in, it's getting harder. The rocks are getting bigger. Slippery, of course. Not quite halfway through, and it's really hard. Really, really hard. This is definitely the hardest mile on the AT. I can believe that. It's so cold under these rocks. I can see my breath. Okay, here's one of the unders. I gotta crawl under that. This gigantic rock. I gotta crawl through there to get out. Now I can hear the water flowing underneath the rocks, but I can't see it. But I know it's down there. Oh, I see some there. Just about out of that mile now. The rocks are getting a lot easier. I had one minor injury, but not too bad. Hour and 15 minutes. That's how long it took me to do that mile. The hardest mile on the AT, done. I guess that's not so bad. I've heard some people it's 2 or 3 hours. And I've heard other guys say 40 minutes, so I guess I did pretty good. Speck Pond. Looks like the beaver's been at it. So I'm coming up to the Speck Pond shelter, and I only was able to go 10 miles today. It's very hard, and I am completely out of energy. Hopefully I can recover for tomorrow. A couple of fun facts. Speck Pond is the highest alpine lake in Maine, according to the description, and the shelter I'm going to is the highest elevation shelter in Maine on the AT. So I'd imagine it's going to be pretty cold tonight. It's pretty cold right now, but I'm still sweating from walking. So as soon as I hopefully dry out pretty quick, I'm going to put my cold weather gear on, my puffy, my winter hat, like I did last night. Yeah, I cannot believe how cold it's been the last couple nights. Where'd summer go? It does make it a lot easier hiking though when it's cool. So I haven't minded it too much, and I'm not cold at night as long as I put all my clothes on. So anyway, I'll just settle in and have dinner, and maybe I'll have a second dinner. I don't know. Maybe that'll give me some extra energy. I don't think I showed anybody this before, but a lot of these camps, they have a designated eating area. So there's a little tarp here if keep you out of the rain if it's raining. And then they have bear boxes that you put your food in at night. And then everybody's just supposed to cook here. So if the bears show up, presumably they'll go where the food is, which is here. And we're like sleeping way over there. So I guess it's a way to try to keep the bears from getting into your tent. I don't know if it works, but that's the way they do it. August 14th. 6:47. And I am just gonna see how far I can go today. Not setting any mileage since I don't seem to know how far I can go anyway, so we'll just see how far I go until I get tired. Or, well, that's easy. I'm already tired, but tired enough where I don't want to walk anymore. Nice cool morning here in Maine. Awesome views today. It is cold though. It's only about 50. I think that's still Mount Washington there in the background. I'll probably see that for several more days.
Pretty amazing.
Unbelievable.
Since I can get a
Look
picture
at the
of
mountains,
this.
I'll probably fall on my head here. Let me get that blue.
Okay, we made it to the parking lot. I went about 5 miles today. Really early day, and we're going into Bethel now after we get some trail magic. We got off trail today after 5 miles, and now we're staying at the Bethel Village Motel. Very nice hotel, very cheap rates. And now we're just gonna go around town to the outfitter and then to get our food bag on. I spent a relaxing afternoon in Bethel, Maine. Had lunch and dinner. Resupplied for the next 4 days. So I'm all set to go again. And I do feel better, although I'm still hurting, so hopefully tomorrow won't be too bad. Still got a pretty big climb in the morning, but after that, hopefully it'll get easier. So if I can just get through the next couple days, I should feel better and the trail will get easier anyway. And then I can start putting in some bigger miles. Just have to see how it goes.